Hey kids, it is Monday, September 28th, and Miss Doyle is coming to you from her home. And I am going to kind of introduce us to what we'll be doing this week. You're going to have some new stuff that you might not have ever done before. And we'll do some background and we'll just kind of get you started on this. If you are in cohort A, meaning you're at school today, you will be getting, or you're getting, or have gotten, a copy of a story, a short story called Rikki-tikki-tavi, and a Rikki-tikki-tavi reading guide. And we're going to talk more about this in a little bit. So if you're cohort A, you're getting these today. If you're cohort B, you got them last Thursday, so you need to pull those out and use them today for your lesson. And if you are cohort C or the distance learning kids, digital copies of these are available online. So you'll be able to read along, as well as there is a digital version that you can fill out and submit as an assignment on Google Classroom, okay? So, something I want you to understand is what a reading guide is, but we're gonna do that in a second. We're starting our first short story this week. I'm really excited because it's a really fun story. And this short story, we're gonna be practicing the things we've been doing for the last 2 weeks, the elements of fiction and the plot diagram. And so I'll tell you more about the story after I explain the reading guide. So you might not have had a reading guide before, and in language arts, we use these with every text that we read, be it a very long book or a play or a short story. Usually if it's a longer text, you're gonna have a longer reading guide. This is a short story, so it's only 3 pages, okay? So copy, that's the front. Got a nice little picture on there. And what you're going to be doing today is on the inside first page. And I've got kind of a weird clip here. This first page right here is our setting and characters. And this is what you're going to be working on today. No matter what cohort you're in, you are working on page 1, either at school or at home with the video, okay? And in our reading today, we will be able to answer every single question on this page. We are going to get far enough into the text that you will be able to find every question or every answer to every question on this page. Things like, when is the story taking place and what clues did you find? Where is the story taking place and any clues that help you know that too? And then there's going to be a question about your protagonist and antagonist. So for warm-up, I had you define those from your notes. For your exit ticket today, you're going to tell me who the protagonist and the antagonist is in our story, and that'll get answered, okay? We are then going to spend this day, this is tomorrow, and then you've seen this before, and so we're going to be filling out a plot diagram for our longer story. We did this to build a fire, the rise and fall of the fire, excuse me. And we're going to be doing this same idea for Rikki-tikki-tavi. Now, a little background on our story. Rikki-tikki-tavi. It is by Rudyard Kipling. And if you know that name, you can also see from the title that it's part of the Jungle Book. And so if you've read the Jungle Book or maybe seen movie versions of the Jungle Book, you know that our characters are animals. Now, there are human characters in there, but in general, most of our characters are going to be animals. That's why it's on the cover. And so the 2 animals that you're going to need to know about are these 2 guys. And we're going to talk about what they are. It takes place outside of the United States. It takes place in India. And so they kind of have different animals than we do because different animals live in different places. So I'm going to share my screen really quick, and we're going to look at some of the animals we're going to see so you can get a picture of what these animals are in our story, okay? So share screen. There it is. Share. All right, so this is a mongoose. Now, on our reading guide here, that's our mongoose, and this is a snake or a cobra. It's a special kind of snake. And the mongoose is kind of a weasel-like creature, but it is very feisty, meaning it can pack a punch. Even though it's not very large, it's a tough weasel. That's him looking angry. Yeah, they are fierce. That's the word I was looking for. They are a very fierce animal, even though they're not very big. And they are known for being really tough for their size. Now, the other other animal we're going to talk about is a cobra, which is a type of snake. We don't have cobras here in the United States, but on other continents they do. And so that's our cobra. You can see we're going to talk about something called the hood of the cobra. See this skin or scales that are kind of flaring out? They do that to look intimidating. They make themselves look bigger. That's the hood is what it's called. And then on the back, you can see there's this very interesting pattern. That's going to come up in our story. Two other characters or animals that you maybe want to have a picture of is there's a tailor bird. And a tailor bird is small, kind of like a sparrow, like not a very large bird. And they have an interesting call. And then this is a muskrat. Now, muskrats are another kind of weasel-like or prairie dog-ish or gopher-ish style animal. And they are similar to a mongoose, but mongooses are much more fierce and they're much stronger, if you will. So those are going to be a couple of our characters. Pay attention to the cobra and the mongoose. That's all. That's my hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, bunny. All right. I'm going to stop my share. And your task today will be to read along with the audio recording of Rikki-tikki-tavi. It's going to take you about a page and almost 2.5 pages. So it's going to take you in this part, this whole page, and about halfway down the third page. So 2-ish pages, 2.5, and you should be able to answer all of these questions because this is the exposition, and we're going to read well into the exposition of our story today. So again, everybody, no matter what cohort you're in, should be working on that first page, setting and characters, because we're going to move on to the next page tomorrow. Okay? I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. The audio recording again is in Google Classroom right below this video, and then your exit ticket is very similar to some of the questions that are in your reading guide. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I hope this video didn't end up too long. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate it, and it's going to help you out too. And have a great day. Bye.